Hi everyone, welcome back to StartDevOps. I am Mahbub. In previous video we have learned DNS and VPN. So till now we completed the networking topics. Some more topics are available that are all we are going to learn in AWS networking. In this video we are going to learn the important tool Git. So how Git is going to work. So what is Git and what are the use cases of Git. As a DevOps engineer, why we want to learn the Git? These are all things we are going to cover in this video. Before we move to the topic, if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe my channel and join our Star DevOps community and also connect with me on LinkedIn. Let's move to the topic. So today's topic we are going to learn the what is Git. Git is an open source distributed version control system. Git is a tool which is open source. Open source in the sense we already discussed, it is free to available, so everyone can access that tool. And also everyone can modify it accordingly their needs. That is called open source. It is open source distributed version control system. So which means distributed version control system means so suppose we have a team, development team. So that our team in our organization we have a development team and operation team, different teams are available. So development team is building a new feature in your application, or else they are building new app or web application, anything. So at the same time multiple developers will work. So tracking that, Git is a very helpful how it is going to be work, and these are all things we are going to learn. Yeah, it helps to track the changes in your code. Suppose we have a multiple developers, they are writing a code. So multiple people write a code at a same time. So Git is very helpful to give a isolation for each and every one work. Isolation, which means so we have a main branch. So in Git we have different branches. So without disturbing to others' work, we can do our own work. That is called isolation. So it Git is help to isolate the work, so they can work on their own directories and their own branches. These are all things we are going to see. Yeah, it is helps to change the trackers in your code. Work with a team, so multiple members, and keep your project safe if even though something goes wrong. Suppose you are working in a project and you develop that project, you feel some errors are available. So there we can easily back to the previous version. We have two versions. Suppose is a new version, you have added the new features, that is a new version. There you find some bugs, you want to come to the previous version. With the help of Git we can easily move back to the previous version, like that it will be help. So for example, imagine you are writing a document. Suppose you are writing a code for any particular application, so you make changes every day. So as a developer, so everyone make changes every day. They want to come and write the code, and they changes everything. Without Git, it if you made any mistake in particular thing, so another day you came and you realize that, oh, it is a mistake and it is a bug. You want to go back. So without Git, it is really hard to go back. So where you have made the changes, to finding these are all things be very hard. But with Git, you can return back to any previous version, as we already discussed. So you launch the new feature, there you find any bugs, any issue, you can easily move to the previous version, like a time machine for your code. Why DevOps engineer must know the Git. So as a DevOps engineer, why we want to learn Git tool? Every company uses Git. So which company are developing, so and all organization which are related to industry, they are developing applications, they are developing websites, though those are all are using Git. So every project is stored in either a GitHub, GitLab, or a big bucket. It helps developers, testers, and DevOps teams work together. So it helps developers also, testers also, and also DevOps teams also. They can easily pull the code from remote repository to their own machine, local repository on their own machine with the help of Git without overwriting each other work. So we already discussed. So there are branches. So there is a main branch. So without disturbing that branch, we can easily pull that code from remote repository to our local repository. So there we cannot disturb anything to that particular branch. So it will create the isolation. I mean, like this, it is going to be help. For example, as we already discussed, we have multiple developers. They are writing a code. So without disturbing each other developer and each other code, so we can write our own code in our local repository. So meanwhile, like that, it's going to be help to make a isolation. How Git is going to be work, we can see. So Git has three important areas. Number one, working directory. Number two, staging area. And number three, repository. Yeah, we can see here in this image. So first we have remote. Yeah, we have remote repo, which is a GitHub or GitLab or Bitbucket. So remotely we are going to store the data. And we have local, which means our machine. Here it is a Git will work. Here GitHub or Bitbucket or GitLab. These are the remote area. First, we have working directory, which means so the directory we are going to create. So there we are going to write our code. So there we use command git add. These are all commands we will see in the next video. First stage is working directory. There the files you are going to edit. So which means you are going to write the code and you are going to modify the code. And second stage is staging area, temporary storage area before committing, which means so after you save that you are going to be add. I mean you are going to add in temporary storage area. There is a storage area, so there you can store the temporary for few minutes to identify what are the changes you have been done. So and what you are going to be add and what you are going to be commit. And finally we have the repository, which means local repository, local storage area, where Git saves your file versions. So here finally the versions are going to be stored. So there you will commit the code. So how, so what time you have committed and how many lines you have made the changes and who has made the changes. These are all going to be stored in this repository. So first we have working directory, then we have staging area, then we have a local repo. From there to we are going to push into the remote repo. And also similarly, it is going to be pull. It is come to the local, then staging, then working directory. Likewise, it's going to be work. So till now what we have learned. So what is Git? Git is an open source distributed version control system. It helps to track the your changes. So suppose we have multiple developers, they are working. So it's very hard to keep all the changes. I mean, maintaining all the changes without a Git. So Git is going to be help to track the changes as well as it will create the isolation to each and every other developer work. So as a DevOps engineer, we must know the DevOps, I mean Git tool. So there we can use there we can pull code from the remote repository and add our code. So we write some script to run the Kubernetes and also Terraform. There we are going to use the Git tool. And also Git is going to help to all the team members, which is developers, testers, and DevOps team. And it is helps to work together. Suppose the developers write their code and they push into a remote repository. From there, as a DevOps engineer, your responsibility to pick that code and build, test, and deploy on a server. So Git is mandatory to learn. So the how Git is going to be work. So in Git has a three main areas. One is working directory, number two staging area, number three repository. Working directory where we are going to edit the files, modify the files, and also number two staging area where we are going to store the our files or our data into temporary format for before we are going to send to the repository, before we are going to be committed. So that is a temporary area. Number three, we have finally repository, final storage area where it is going to be stored the all the your file version. So who has made the changes, what time they made changes, where they made changes. So like this, Git is going to be work. So in this video, if you have any doubt, you can comment me. If you feel any drawbacks, please let me know. So I will improve and send it to my audience. And also, if you like this video, please do subscribe my channel and also connect with me and LinkedIn as well as join our StartDevOps community. Till now, thank you. Have a great day.